Welcome to The Explainer. So, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're just reacting to life? Like you're constantly playing defense against whatever comes your way? Today, we're digging into this really profound idea from a Vietnamese text on what's called Han Tzu. You can think of it as the art of proactive conduct. It's basically a framework for taking control and intentionally shaping your world, instead of just letting it shape you. So, we're going to walk through 5 main stages here. We'll start with the big idea, then get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually use this stuff in your relationships and everyday life. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, first things first. What do we really mean by this? At its core, it's about making a huge shift in your entire mindset, a totally different way of approaching the world. Yeah, see? Being proactive isn't just about having good manners. It's a genuine strategy. It's choosing to act first with real intention to actually shape your social world instead of just letting it happen to you. You take the lead instead of waiting around for things to unfold. And that really boils down to this one question, right? Are you just reacting to life, kind of getting pushed around by events and people? Or are you the one creating your life, the one who's actually starting those positive connections and making things happen? It's a huge difference. So to be able to act like that proactively, you've got to build a really solid inner foundation first. And the text we're looking at says this foundation rests on 3 key pillars. The first pillar is wisdom. And we're not talking about being book smart or having a PhD. This is more like your internal strategic compass. It's what lets you see the whole playing field, not just the move right in front of you. It's the why that drives what you do. And this is the key takeaway for wisdom, really. It means acting based on your core principles, being realistic about the situation, and, this is important, understanding the unwritten rules of the game. The whole point is to create harmony and smooth things over. Okay, pillar number 2 is what the text calls expansive compassion. I love this idea. If wisdom is your compass for navigating situations, then this kind of compassion is your guide for navigating people. It's about seeing them for who they really are, way beyond just a first impression. Now, what's really interesting here is that this isn't some passive, mushy feeling. It's an active intelligence. It means you understand the whole person, their good points, sure, but also their flaws. Seeing both sides lets you be generous when you can, but also know when to protect yourself and set boundaries. You can help people without letting them take advantage or creating a situation where they just depend on you. And that brings us to the third and final pillar, self-control. Think of this as the engine that actually powers the whole thing. Without it, your wisdom and compassion are just, well, they're just nice ideas, right? Self-control is what lets you put them into practice in the real world. It covers everything, from your time and your money to your own health and your emotions. When you've got a handle on all that, you're always ready to act. Someone needs help, you can say yes, absolutely, right then and there, instead of, let me check and get back to you. That projects this incredible image of competence and care, and people really trust that. Okay, so you've got the 3 pillars: wisdom, compassion, and self-control. You've built that inner foundation. Now what? Well, now we take it out into the world. Let's talk about putting this conduct into action. And this is where it gets really practical. The idea is that you can't have a one-size-fits-all approach to people. You have to understand their world. You'd approach someone who's maybe a bit rough around the edges differently than you would, say, a quiet person from a rural area. It's not about stereotypes. It's about empathy. It's about adjusting your approach to connect with them on their terms. And this extends to even simple things, like how you visit someone's home. These aren't just old-fashioned rules. Calling ahead, showing up a little early, maybe bringing a small gift, each one is a deliberate choice. It's a way to proactively show respect and thoughtfulness. It sends a message. All right, let's shift gears and focus on where this stuff really matters the most: our relationships. And here's the thing, not all relationships are created equal. Trying to treat them all the same is a recipe for disaster. A great way to think about it is like an ecosystem. You've got your family, your mentors, your business contacts, your friends.
Each one plays a different role and needs a different kind of attention from you. It's just like in a garden, right? You don't care for a cactus the same way you care for a rose.
And here's a really sharp distinction the text makes: the difference between your work and your mission. Your work, your job, that's about the tasks you have to do. It requires being professional, having integrity, but your mission, that's bigger. That's about how you use your work for your own growth, to become a better person, and to inspire that trust in others. So your conduct has to be flexible. For your parents or a mentor, it's about constant care and respect, no questions asked. With your spouse, it's about being true partners, discussing everything. But with a business partner, integrity is key, but so is being super careful and vetting them properly. Every relationship type has its own playbook.
Okay, so finally, why? Why go to all this trouble to master the art of conduct? What's the ultimate goal here? You might be surprised.
The endgame is not to collect a bunch of favors or have people in your debt. In fact, it's the exact opposite. The number of favors you should expect in return is 0. Absolutely 0. The point isn't to get something back. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Act with foresight to create harmony, not to be owed favors. The goal is to leave a deep, positive impression. You're not trying to build a social ledger. You're trying to build a world around you that's more harmonious, where connections feel complete and resentments are resolved. That's the real prize. So I'll leave you with this question. It all comes back to you. What's one proactive choice you're going to make today in one of your relationships? It doesn't have to be huge. What's one small thing you can do to stop reacting and start creating a better connection with someone in your life, starting right now?